This is First Coast Math Clinic with Lesson 4, Simplifying Expressions, from Unit 2, Equations and Expressions, with a pre-algebra and algebra focus. The goal in this video is to simplify expressions by removing grouping symbols and combining like terms. So when the directions are to simplify expressions, we're going to do two things specifically. We're going to remove grouping symbols, and then we're going to combine like terms. And when we remove our grouping symbols, we're going to use our distributive property, and then we're going to combine our like terms. So let's get into a couple examples where we use the distributive property and then we combine our like terms. So I've got some specific videos, some separate videos on using the distributive property and combining like terms. You could check out the links for those videos. They're going to come up right now as well as at the end of this video. So using our distributive property to remove our grouping symbols, let's say we've got 2 times the quantity 5x plus 4. We know we're going to distribute the 2 into the parentheses. So we're going to have 2 times 5x plus 2 times 4. And we're going to get 10x plus 8. So we've gotten rid of our parentheses here, right? So we've simplified our expression by getting rid of the parentheses. And if we have something like this, x squared plus 3x plus 4x squared plus 5x, and we want to simplify this, we've got to identify our like terms. So our like terms have the same variable raised to the same power. So our x squared and 4x squared plus 3x plus 5x. So let's group those. X squared plus 4x squared plus 3x plus 5x. Coefficient here is 1, so we're going to get 5x squared plus 8x. So we simplified this expression by combining our like terms. So in the examples we're going to do today, we're going to simplify our expressions by doing both, by removing our grouping symbols using a distributive property and then combining our like terms. Let's get into some examples. Let's simplify numbers 1 and 2. Number 1, we've got 2 times the quantity 3x plus 4 plus 5. So first thing we want to do to simplify this is get rid of our grouping symbols. So we're going to distribute the 2 in the parentheses. So we'll have 2 times 3x plus 2 times 4 plus 5. 2 times 3x is going to give us 6x. 2 times 4 is going to give us 8. Plus 5. Now we can combine our like terms. Like terms here are going to be the 8 and the 5. So we're going to get 6x plus 13, and that's our simplified expression. So we started by removing our grouping symbols using the distributive property and then combining our like terms. Number 2, we've got 4x minus 3 times the quantity 2x plus 1. So we're going to distribute the minus 3, right? We've got to keep that sign with the 3 and distribute that inside the parentheses. So we can rewrite this as 4x times negative 3 times 2x plus 1 times negative 3. We get 4x. Negative 3 times 2x is going to give me negative 6x or minus 6x. Then 1 times 3 is going to give me negative 3. Now let's group our like terms. Like terms are going to be the 4x minus 6x. 4x minus 6x is going to give us negative 2x minus 3. So that's our simplified expression, negative 2x minus 3. So again, we use the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses and then combined our like terms, the 4x and the 6x. Let's get into examples 3 and 4. So number 3, we've got negative 2 times the quantity 4x minus 5 minus 3 times the quantity x minus 1. So we're going to start by distributing the negative 2 and distributing the negative 3 in the parentheses. So we want to keep the negative 2. We want to keep the negative 3, the negative sign with the 2 and the negative sign with the 3. So we're going to have negative 2 times 4x minus 5 times negative 2. minus 3 times x minus 1 times negative 3. Now let's multiply. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8x. Negative 5 times negative 2 is going to give us a positive 10. Negative 3 times x is going to give us negative 3x, and negative 1 times 3 is going to give us a positive 3. Now let's group our like terms together. Like terms have the same term raised to the same power. So negative 8x minus 3x, and then positive 10 and positive 3. Negative 8 minus 3, so if I do that off to the side, using our subtraction rule, this is going to be negative 8 plus negative 3, which is negative 11. So we get negative 11x plus 13, and that's going to be our final answer for number 3. Let's move on to number 4. So for number 4, we've got 5x minus 9x plus 2 times the quantity, 3x minus 4. So a couple things we could do here. We can, we're distributing the 2 times the quantity, 3x plus 4, so we can start with that, right, and distribute that 2 inside the parentheses. So this is going to be 2 times 3x minus 4 times 2. We also have a set of like terms right here, right? 5x minus 9x. So this is 5 minus 9. And 5 minus 9 is going to give us negative 4x. I'll put that plus 2, right? Because our 2 was positive. So this simplifies to minus 4x. So now let's do this multiplication. I'll bring down the negative 4x. 2 times 3x is going to give us 6x. Minus 4 times 2 is going to give us 8. And now we've got our like terms here. Negative 4x plus 6x. We're adding two numbers of opposite signs. When we add two numbers of opposite signs, we want the difference, and we want to take the sign of the number with the larger absolute value. That number with the larger absolute value is going to be the positive 6. So this is going to be a positive 2. And then just bring down that minus 8. So our answer here is going to be 2x minus 8. Okay. So these were 4 examples from lesson 4, simplifying expressions. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. First Coast Mathematic.